controversies of the planning. Number one, agriculture versus industry. What points will you mention here in the agriculture versus industry? First, number one. In short, I am writing it number one. Again, I want write agriculture versus industry. You can note down the points. How will you frame your answer? You can mention in this the controversy was main was, I'll write in short, main was which one should attract, which one should attract more public resources, more should attract more public resources, either the agriculture or the industry. Got the point? Got
Yes,
the
ma'am.
point, everyone? Okay. Second was, second, second was if second plan, second 5-year plan. In short, I am writing this FYP. Second 5-year plan lacked strategies, lacked strategies for rural development, rural development or for the agrarian sector, rural development. This was also the issue after the second 5-year plan was formulated. The people who were in the favor of rural development and who wanted that the agrarian economy should be developed more, they began to argue for the things. They just argued that the second 5-year plan is lacking all the strategies for the rural development, because its emphasizes on, in short I'll write, its emphasis on industries only, on industry only. All of you could see this. एक मिनट मैं इसको maximize on industry on industry only. Got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Third one, third role comes of J.C. Kumarappa. Who was J.C. Kumarappa? We have already discussed.
मैम इसने एम्फसाइज करा था
Ma'am.
रूरल इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन पे.
Yes, good. Who answered?
मैम विधि.
J.C. Kumarappa was the Gandhian economist, and he proposed an alternative
Yes, ma'am.
blueprint that put the greater emphasis on rural industrialization. Okay, so he was the Gandhian economist, J.C. Kumarappa. And here we could say, and Chaudhry Charan Singh also we can say. Chaudhry Charan Singh claimed to be the urban bias. He just said after the second 5-year plans have been introduced, it has created the urban bias. Means whatsoever the creation of prosperity in urban and the industrial section is taking place, all these are taking place at the expense of the farmers and the rural population only. J.C. Kumarappa and Chaudhry Charan Singh. In short, I'll write it Chaudhary only. Chaudhary Charan Singh. All of you can complete the point, please. All of you will complete the point at your own. J.C. Kumarappa and Chaudhary Charan
Yes,
Singh.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, J.C. Kumarappa, he was the Gandhian economist and he emphasized mainly on the rural industrialization. He said if industrialization has to take place, so it should be the rural industrialization rather than the urban industrialization. And Chaudhary Charan Singh, he claimed that the urban bias is going to take place. Okay, if we are talking of the development of the urban areas, if we are talking of the development of the heavy industries in the urban areas, so all these will take place at the expense of the farmers and the rural population only, and it should not it should not be done like this. Okay, so all these were the controversies. Now, on the other hand, what were the points who advocated for the industrialization? The people who advocated for the industrialization, they argued that uh, more food production, more food production cannot escape them from vicious cycle vicious cycle of poverty. For that, what should be done? So massive industrialization. कहाँ पर? So massive industrialization must take place. These were the arguments by the people who advocated for the industrialization. Okay, by emphasizing more,
Yes.
if we focus on the strategies which would be more agrarian economy oriented, so okay, we can say that the food production will increase, but this increased food production, this more food production cannot escape us from the vicious cycle of the poverty. Okay, so industrialization is also the need of the hour as per them. Clearly. Secondly, they said the failure was not that of the policy, but its non-implementation. What were the failures of the policy when we planned for when we focused more on agriculture? These were: number one, the land owning classes had a lot of social and political powers. So that's why as per them, the first 5 year plans, okay, they were not failed basically, but their implementation was not good. And what were the reasons behind it? The reasons were because the land owning classes, whatsoever the practices had been running from the time of British, the dominance of the zamindars, okay, the dominance of the big farmers, dominance of the money lenders, okay, all these had a lot of social and political powers. So, despite the government spent more money on agriculture, it would not have solved the massive problem of the rural poverty. So, due to all these things, Despite the government spent more money on agriculture, rural poverty, we could not come out of the rural poverty. So these were the key controversies for the agriculture versus industry. I hope all of you have get the points well now. You can explain this now. First controversy. Yes, say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. So now we come on the second, public versus private sector. Now we come on the second controversy. Could you see the board, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
What I
ma'am.
wrote?
We can
What I
see.
wrote? What I
मैम
wrote down?
की कंट्रोवर्सी से लिखा रहा है मैम पहले वाला जो था.
What did I write right now? What I am writing now?
मैम की कंट्रोवर्सी से लिखा रहा है मैम पहले वाला लिखा रहा है तो.
मैंने जो अभी लिखा है, could you see that?
नो मैम.
You can't see that. Just could you see now? What did I write new? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Now we can see.
What I have written?
मैम वो पब्लिक वर्सेस वो प्राइवेट.
Very good. Public versus private sector.
प्राइवेट.
Public versus private sector. अरे यार, बड़ी सी- Could you see this? है ना? Public versus private sector.
प्राइवेट.
It's the problem in Cisco WebEx. Every time I just bring the cursor here, but it goes there. Public versus private sector. Now we'll discuss. So what points you can write for the public versus private sectors? Yes. In this, we could say that India did not follow any of the two known paths to the development, which were these two paths, either to go completely with that of the capitalism or to go completely with that of the socialism. And India could not follow any of these two known paths to the development. It did not accept the capitalist model of development, in which development was left entirely to the private sector, nor it to follow the socialist model, in which private property was abolished and all the production was controlled by the state. So elements from both these models were taken and mixed together in India. That's why it was described as the mixed economy. Could you write down the points, everyone? That India was the kind of
Yes,
economy that
ma'am.
it could not go completely with that of the private sector only. ठीक है, खाली ऐसा नहीं था कि भाई प्राइवेट सेक्टर पर फोकस कर सकते थे. दे हैड टू सी गो फॉर द पब्लिक सेक्टर आल्सो, मतलब दे हैड टू लुक आफ्टर द पब्लिक वेलफेयर आल्सो. गॉट इट? So government had to
Yes, ma'am.
adopt the path of mixed economy. Clear? What was the mixed economy? Yes. because the elements in the economy of India were from both these models. That's why it was known as the mixed economy. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
But the argument was that the planners refused to provide the private sector with enough space and the stimulus to grow. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर इन्होंने क्या arguments दिए अपने, that planners, number one, what was the controversy? Planners refused to give enough space to the private sector. They argued on this ground to the private sector because government mainly focused on the development of the public sector. And the next argument was public sector created enough hurdles for the private capital. Public sector created more hurdles for the private sector. Got it? So how did they create all these
Yes, ma'am.
hurdles? What were these hurdles? Anyone can explain? What were these hurdles? What may be these hurdles? I'll just write it here. These hurdles were number one, a system of licensing permits for the investment to restrict the import of goods, okay, which could be produced in the domestic market with little or no competition left in the private sector, with no incentive to improve their products and make them cheaper. Okay, what were these hurdles which the people claimed, which the people blamed on the planners? Number one, system of licensing permits for the investment. Clear? No incentive to improve the products of the private sector. Got it? So all these things led to the inefficiency and corruption. And public sector public public sector blamed that the state did not spend any significant amount for public education and the healthcare. The state intervened only in those areas where the private sector was not prepared to go. Thus, the state helped the private sectors to make the profit. Could you see? The people who advocated for the private sectors, they had given their own arguments, and the people who advocated for the public sectors, they gave their own arguments. Okay? So the public sector, they argued that the government did not spend much more or significant amount for the development of public education and healthcare, and the state intervened only in those areas where the private sector was not prepared to go. Clear? And the
Ma'am,
state,
please, ma'am,
yes,
please write the third point.
third point, beta, I just gave
Ma'am,
you.
please write the third.
What was the third point? Which third point you want?
Ma'am, the state argument. मैम
The
द
state
वो
intervened.
प्राइवेट सेक्टर आर्गुमेंटेड.
Okay. The state intervened only in those areas
यस मैम.
where the private sector was not prepared to go. Means as per the public sector, government focused only on those areas in which the private sector was not ready to go. It was not a wide development in the even in the public sector as per them. Clear? So next,
ओके मैम.
the state intervention ended up creating a new middle class that enjoyed the privileges of high salaries without much accountability. So poverty did not decline substantially during this period, even when the proportion of the poor reduced, their number kept going up. Got it?
यस मैम.
Clear? Are all these things clear? Key controversies, can you write down?
यस मैम.
Everyone?
यस मैम.
So now we come on next. Should we start the next now? Yes?
मैम यस मैम, वी कैन स्टार्ट.
Yes, everyone should say, then we'll start.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So next we come now. Next topic is major outcomes. What were the major outcomes of, beta in short I'm writing this FYP, 5-year plans. Okay? Major outcomes of the 5-year
5 year
plans.
plans.
Okay? So now we'll see. Number 1, first outcome, write down. First outcome, we can define this like economic foundations, or we could say foundations. This is under the title of foundations in the NCRT. We can write it economic foundations or economic priorities. Economic foundations. What points can you mention in the economic foundations? What were the economic foundations? What was the result? What was the outcome of first 5-year plans? Which dams were established? We shared the PDF with you. Yes, speak up fast. Yes. Number 1. What was the major outcome of the first 5-year plan? The early initiative. Yes. Say something. What happened?
मैम डैम्स वर बुल्ड मतलब डैम्स बनने लगे थे.
Very good. Which dams were built?
मैम मेगा डैम एंड हीराकुंड डैम.
Very good. Bhakra Nangal Dam. Bhakra Nangal Dam. Hirakud Dam. These dams were established. Okay. In short, I've written the name of the dams only. Yes. Anything else? Anything else? Second, what can you write in the economic foundations? That the first 5-year plans put the economic foundation of the country. So what were the major outcomes? Second, what can you write second? Heavy industries in the public sector. All of you have forgotten everything. Heavy industries in public in public sector. Please give me the name of the industries. Which industries were these? These industries were
Or
steel plants, oil refineries, manufacturing units, defense productions. All
steel
these were
plant.
started during this period. No revision is taking place. Should I write in the bracket?
Yes, ma'am.
These are, beta, these were आपका oil refineries, steel plants, manufacturing units, manufacturing units, etc. ये इसको लिख लीजिएगा. All these took place. Anything else? Anything else? Which we could say that the economic foundations took place in the first 5 year plans. Anything else we could mention here? It was
Ma'am,
the
communication was also improved.
very good. Transport and communication also improved at the time of first 5 year plans. Transport and communication. Reason, government mainly focused on the infrastructural development mainly for the transport and communication during the first 5 year plans. So under all these three heads, we could mention that the first 5 year plans are known are known that they kept the economic foundation of the country. So all these were the outcomes of the first 5 year plans. These were the major outcomes. After that, second outcomes we'll see now. Second outcome was, I changed the color for the second outcome so that all of you could see. Should we take blue? Okay. I just write now second. Second was land reforms. Land reforms. What were the land reforms? What were the land reforms? Number one, most important, zamindari system was abolished. Zamindari system was abolished. Anything else? Yes. Second, for the land reforms, small pieces of land, small pieces of land were brought together, were brought together to make the farming convenient. So all these were the land reforms. Got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem? Have you get the things? So third outcome was the green and the white revolution. Now we have to discuss this mainly. We were on this point. Kerala had been the separate point. Now we come back on the PDF. Okay. Now we come on a PDF. Could you see the PDF, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
What's written? What's written? What's written, children? What could you
Major
read?
outcomes.
Very good. Major outcomes. Okay, major outcomes we have already discussed. We were at the and so the green revolution and the white revolution were also the part of this major outcomes. First of all, green revolution. During the 1960s, the government offered high yielding variety seeds. Please keep remember that this was the 19 this was the period of 1960s. Okay, this was the period of 1960s
60s.
when the government offered high yielding varieties seeds. Keep remember high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and better irrigation at highly subsidized prices. Okay? This is known as the Green Revolution. This is known as the Green Revolution. This was the period of 1960s. Okay? The government also gave a guarantee to buy the produce of the farmers at a given price. During the Green Revolution, what happened? The government gave the guarantee to the farmers to buy the produce at a given price, which is known as the MSP. We have who are studying economics, they would be much more aware of this. What is the MSP? Minimum support price.
Nice.
Yes, this was the beginning of what was
Yes, ma'am.
called the Green Revolution. Okay, this is all these were termed, all these were subsumed as the Green Revolution. Any problem, any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
But what were the drawbacks of the Green Revolution? What were the drawbacks of the Green Revolution? Anyone can tell? Effects of Green Revolution. Number one, the rich peasants and the large landholders were the major beneficiaries of the process. The Green Revolution delivered only a moderate agricultural growth, mainly a rise in the wheat production, and raised the availability of food in the country, but increased the polarization between classes and the regions. Some regions like Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh
Ma'am,
became agriculturally prosperous while others remained backward. So, due to this
ma'am, the
green
toxicity,
revolution, yes, beta,
toxicity in plants,
yes.
ma'am, it become poisonous. The plants become poisonous after the Green Revolution.
Why? Why? No, by the use of
Ma'am, because
fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides. At that time, these
yes,
were
ma'am.
used under a specific license systems. Okay, so at that time, these things were not there, but it increased the agricultural production, in fact, and mainly it increased the production of wheat and rice. Okay, so due to the green revolution, the
Okay.
availability of food in the country also arose high. And but on the basis of regions also, if we see, so some of the states prospered by the green revolution. Mainly these states were Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP, and other regions remained
Yes,
backward.
yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
After this,
Yes, ma'am.
in 1970, the Rural Development Program called Operation Flood was started. This was the Operation Flood. What was the Operation Flood? It started in 1970 and it organized cooperatives of milk producers into a nationwide milk grid with the purpose of increasing the milk production. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And this was termed as the White Revolution. Verghese Kurian is known as the milkman of India. As we have already mentioned here, Verghese Kurian, nicknamed the Milkman of India, played a crucial role in the story of Gujarat Cooperative Milk and Marketing Federation Limited that launched Amul. In 1970, the rural development program called Operation Flood was started. The Operation Flood organized cooperatives of milk producers into a nationwide milk grid with the purpose of increasing milk production and bringing the producer and consumer closer by eliminating middlemen and assuring the producers a regular income throughout the year. Operation Flood, it mainly worked on the abolition of the middleman for the delivery of the milk and getting the income through the middleman. Mainly it abolished the system, so the producers got the regular income throughout the year. After this we come on the later developments. What were the later developments? You could see it here. Later developments were, write it down. Number one, the period from 1967 onwards witnessed many new restrictions on private industry. 14 private banks were nationalized. 14 private banks were nationalized. Second point, second development was between 1950 and 1980, the Indian economy grew at a sluggish per annum rate of 3 to 3.5%.
At sluggish.
Sluggish per annum rate of 3 to 3.5%. And last point,
Yes, ma'am.
write down the last point. The presence of inefficiency, corruption forced the people to lose faith.
The presence of
Inefficiency or corruption forced people to lose faith in country's economic system, which resulted in decreasing the significance of state in India's economy from 1980s onwards. From 1980s onwards.
मैम which resulted that was एक बार और बता दीजिए.
Resulted in decreasing the significance of state in India's economy from 1980s onwards.
Okay, ma'am.
So this chapter has been completed now. Yeah. One topic has been left,
Okay, ma'am.
which we left to discuss at last. This is the Kerala model. We come back here. Okay. So we'll discuss the Kerala model once. Then this chapter will be completed, and all of you are supposed to complete the notes and submit the notebooks positively. You can send me the link also, or you can submit it
Okay.
on Google Classroom in the form of PDFs. Okay. So what was the Kerala model basically? Kerala
Okay,
is
ma'am.
known for its decentralized planning mainly. It's well known for decentralized planning. Decentralized planning. What do we mean by decentralized planning? As we discussed that now Niti Aayog has been established in place of Planning Commission. So what's the difference between the Planning Commission and the Niti Aayog? Most important difference is previously the Planning Commission's approach was from top to bottom. Whatsoever had been delivered by the top, it was supposed to be acceptable to all the states, to all the local self governments. The states didn't have any say in the Planning Commission. But by the establishment of the Niti Aayog, what has been done now? This is the approach from bottom to top. This is a very good example of the cooperative federalism. We had all these discussed. So in the same manner, Kerala brought the model of decentralized planning. Okay, and it was charted by the state of Kerala. There has been a focus in this model on education, health, land reform, effective food distribution, and poverty alleviation. Despite low per capita incomes and a relatively weak industrial base, Kerala achieved nearly total literacy, long life expectancy, low infant and female mortality, low birth rates, and high access to medical care. So this is democratic, uh, d- democratic initiatives which involved campaigns for development, including total literacy, especially in science and environment, designed to involve people directly in the development activities through the voluntary citizens organizations. The state has also taken initiative to involve people in making plans at the panchayat, block, and district level. So you could see the involvement of the people at every level. Okay, at the in the planning at every level, the people are involved. So this is a good example for the decentralized planning. Now this chapter has been completed. Now we'll start the next chapter, new centers of power from book 1, world politics. And by Saturday, please, by Saturday means on Saturday, all of you will submit your notebooks and assignments on Google Classroom, please, in the form of PDFs.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, everyone. I want okay from everyone.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, everyone must say okay.